If you're planning a trip to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and you are looking for things to do, this is a part of my Fort Lauderdale, Florida series. I am going over transportation, hotels, things you need to know, all the things so you can plan the perfect trip. This video is specifically about transportation. So in Fort Lauderdale, there are some areas that are very walkable. But there are a lot of things you're going to miss out on if you do not have a car. So let's talk about a couple of different things that are available for you while visiting Fort Lauderdale. One of the things that most people might miss out on, because you do have to pay a little bit for it, is the water taxi. The water taxi is a little yellow boat that can take you around to, I believe it's 6 different destinations that it can drop you off at around the Fort Lauderdale and Hollywood, Florida areas. So if you plan your trip accordingly, you can plan your trip and the activities around the water taxi. So you do pay for a day pass and you can hop on, hop off all day long. So if you are wanting to do things in that general area, or if you would like to go to Hollywood Beach, you are definitely going to want to take the water taxi to Hollywood Beach, where you can get off at Margaritaville, listen to some music on the beach, and just explore that area. We did it, and it was a total surprise to us. It was not planned into our trip, and it was the best decision we made while we were on our vacation. The next thing I want to talk about is rental car or Uber. So there are a lot of things you can do if you have an Uber, but having that rental car is going to free up so many opportunities for you to do some really cool things in Fort Lauderdale and the surrounding areas. So we have been to Miami multiple times, and it is one of my favorite places, and there are some amazing hidden gems that I want to talk about. But you can only get there with a rental car or paying a lot for an Uber. So first of all, I want to talk about, depending on where your location is that you're staying, whether it's a Airbnb, hotel on the beach, or if you are on Los Olas Boulevard. Those are all amazing locations. But if you are toward the wharf where the Thrive sculpture is, which is beautiful down there, there's like a little river walk, beautiful skyscrapers, things like that, you are definitely in the city. You are going to have to get an Uber. They also have a little thing called a circuit. It's a little yellow bus, little van thing that can give you a ride around the city or to the beach. And I think you just have to tip them. It's kind of like a free service, but waiting on those and knowing when you're going to catch one can be a little bit questionable. So if you are staying at that, like in downtown Fort Lauderdale, it's going to take you a little bit to get to the beach. So when you're kind of thinking about attractions and things that you want to do, keep that in mind. If you are staying on Fort Lauderdale Beach like we did, we stayed at the Beocean Resort, which was a great location. We were right by the water taxi. We were right by all of the bars and restaurants that line the beach, which was really cool. We could just walk out. We could do sand volleyball. We could walk up and down the beach, and it was easy access to everything. We could walk easily to Los Olas Boulevard. So walking is an option, but if you're wanting to get further down to like the wharf and the Thrive sculpture and all of that, if you look through my profile, you'll see the really cool Thrive sculpture, the beautiful pictures where I'm walking through the statue. It is a ways from Fort Lauderdale Beach. So you either have to take an Uber, you have to get a rental car, or you're going to want to jump on that water taxi and plan your day around kind of seeing some things in that area. I'm all about saving money, and there are times where we've rented a car for an entire trip. There are other times where we knew that we wouldn't really need a car for certain days, and then the last several days we wanted to kind of expand our area and get out and explore a little bit more. We love the Miami area, so Fort Lauderdale is a suburb just a little north of Miami. If there are things in Miami that you want to see and do, you do have easy access, especially if you have a rental car. We actually got a rental car the last couple of days, and we were able to get out and explore some of my favorite places we've ever been. First on the list was the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. It's called the Seminole Hard Rock. You guys, I've seen these on TV. I've seen ads, maybe on, I don't know, on TikTok. But this place was stunning. Like, we went outside and we were able to walk around. This is on my wish list. If I can go to the Hard Rock and spend multiple days in the hotel, I want to do it. It was stunning. It was like being transported to another, like a tropical beach, okay? Like, so cool. If you go through my videos, you will see some videos where I show the tiki hut and the huge guitar, where I got some stunning, amazing pictures, which if you love getting Instagram-worthy pictures, that's an amazing place to do it. But that is a must-do if you have a rental car. I highly, highly, highly recommend that. Now, if you have a rental car, also, a place that is under construction right now in 2025, I'm not sure when it's going to be opening again, is the Venetian Pool in Coral Gables. The Venetian Pool in Coral Gables is over 100 years old. It was made out of a rock quarry, but it is like a Mediterranean-style pool with beautiful architecture, and it was just the coolest experience ever. So since we had a rental car, we were able to go to Coral Gables. We were able to swim and hang out and get some awesome content at the Venetian Pool. And then we also, from a previous trip, had visited the Vizcaya Museum. You guys have maybe seen on my profile, I have some stunning pictures at this museum where I'm wearing a red dress. The architecture is so beautiful. It's right on the ocean. It is a place, if you can get a rental car, if you can get there, I highly recommend doing the Venetian and the Vizcaya Museum and Gardens. They are can't miss things if you have enough time and if you have a rental car to get there. Something I mentioned a minute ago is, I think it's called the Fort Lauderdale Circuit, and it's a free service through, I want to say the city or the county, something like that. You can look it up. It's called Circuit, CIRCUIT, I believe, to look up their routes and where they take you, just to get a little bit more information on those. But like I said, plan out your trip according to what your transportation needs might be. I would plan a day where you use the water taxi, you go down to the Thrive Sculpture, the wharf area, walk along the river. It is stunning. It's called like the Mediterranean of the Seas or something like that. I don't know if that's what it's called, but it's beautiful. And we actually got the little circuit. We got in the circuit and we took a ride to Cafe Sensei, which was a beautiful place to eat. Then we took the water taxi down to Hollywood, Florida, where Margaritaville was. And guys, it was such a cute little hidden surprise. It was definitely a place I would go back and plan a vacation at the Margaritaville Resort because it was so cool, such a neat little area. They have paddle boards, they have different activities you can do right on the water, and it's right on Hollywood Beach. So stunning, beautiful, highly recommend. So transportation is going to be key when you're making decisions and planning out your vacation.